What up YouTube, we are back here with another video, and as you can tell by the title of the video, we are bagging the M3. So if you haven't been keeping up with me on my other platforms, I made a couple videos about this, but yes, we are bagging the M3. The number one reason why I want to bag the M3 is because I actually ordered wheels off of Alibaba. Those will be coming in a month or two, and I got 6 wheels. So I got 4 regular 19s, spec'd out to have perfect fitment, and then I got a pair of bead locks that is gonna match the 19s. The bead locks are gonna be 18s. We're gonna be running a meaty fat tire, and when I switch between the bead locks and the normal set, I want to be able to just raise it up super easily, because when you're on coilovers, you got to drop the control arm, drop the shock, and then you can bring the perch out, raise it up, and put it all back together, and that takes a lot of time. So this will be way easier to just hit the button, raise it up with some bags. Now I got all this stuff used right here. It's a pretty good deal. I got the suspension itself for $750, and then I got the management, the tank, compressor, all that stuff for $700. So $1,450 for this whole setup. My car is going to get bagged. I'm going to sell the BCs for about $800. So technically we're only $650 out of pocket for this whole setup. I have never installed bags before, never done it before, but it should be pretty simple. I do understand everything of what you have to do. So just to run you guys through exactly what we got to do. This is the compressor. This is the power and ground wire. This is like the whole management harness. So obviously these are going to connect to there. And then over here, we have the power wire that's going to go to the battery. Right here, we're going to ground this to a good spot on the chassis. And then if my finger could point in the right area, that right there is going to be our 12-volt switch power. And then this USB right here is where this plugs into. And we're going to route that up by the driver's side area. And then for the manifold itself, pretty simple. Each bag is going to have a line running into this manifold, and then one is going to run into the tank, and then another one is just going to run outside of the car to vent when you air it out. But yeah, that is pretty much how bags work, and the way I'm going to have all this stuff mounted up, I'm going to put it up here. I'm going to put it up here on the deck lid, so compressor is going to be up here, the tank is going to be up here, so I can have room for my subs, and the subs still should fit in there. So this whole trunk setup should be nice and clean. And once I finalize all of that stuff, I'm also thinking about getting this paint matched. So that would be pretty freaking sick if I had the tank paint matched to the car. I'm also going to get a couple other things paint matched here soon. As you guys know, this is the Laptor style lip. So it does have side pieces which accidentally flew off. So I got replacement plastic ones that are going to get paint matched. So those will look sick. And then this middle part of the lip as well, I'm going to paint match that. So it should look very, very good. This car is going to come along very nicely once I get all that stuff done. But enough yapping. I got to get all the wheels off, got to get the car in the air, got to take out all the old suspension, and then get all this stuff hooked in there. And I also have to rip out everything in the trunk so I know how to line everything up the way I want it to. So I'm probably going to do a majority of that off camera, because taking stuff off is pretty simple. You're just unbolting everything. If you're watching this to install your own bags, you should know how to do suspension. It's very simple. Just make sure that you have both wheels of the front or both wheels of the back off when you are working on the suspension, because the sway bar does mess with things if you try to do one side at a time. All right, so I got the right side out, and here's a side by side. The new suspension setup is a 5-bolt, old one is 3-bolt. So what we're gonna do here is just bang out those 2 extra studs. As you can see, this lines up with this lines up with that lines up with that. But we have these 2 extra studs right here that we just gotta bang out. So if you're wondering if you could put 5-bolt coilovers on your M3, you can. All you gotta do is bang out those studs. All right, I don't remember where we left off, but I have the front suspension in. So this side's in, the other side is in as well. Check it out. And right now I am in the trunk of the car, drilling a couple holes. So got some holes in these grommets right there, perfectly sized for the 1/4 airline. And then underneath, did this side already. You can see I got a hole saw right here. I kind of hole sawed the heat shield, so when I do route the airlines, no metal is in the way and can cut them. So now I got to do it over here on this side. I just have to take out my exhaust valve wiring, and then I'll start hole sawing this side. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. So the beauty of BMWs is that the battery is right here in the trunk. So as you can see, we have all this extra wiring here. So I can just snip it right off. I'm going to snip the power, ground, and the switch volt. But obviously we got to keep the USB wire for the controller. So I'm going to snip those two. We'll have plenty of slack. And yeah, this is what I'm doing with the manifold. Manifold is going to be sitting right here. Drilled holes in there so lines can come through. So manifold's going to be hidden. Tank is going to be up here. And the compressor is probably going to be like right behind it or something like that. So yeah, there is my plan for the trunk setup. And then we also have room right over here on this side for my amp, and then the valve controller for the exhaust will sit somewhere there. So under here will look a little messy, but I'm going to try to make it look as clean as possible. Yeah, that's my plans for now. All right, this is day 2 of the install, starting off around at 11:49. And yeah, we're going to get right into it. I can't remember where we left off yesterday. I think I showed you guys like my trunk idea and everything, but the lighting wasn't the best. I'm going to eat my breakfast right here, bagel and a Coke. And then, yeah, we're gonna get at it. All right, breakfast is all done. The first order of business that I'm going to start on today is taking off the splash guard here. And I was watching some videos last night on YouTube on people doing air setups on their M3s. And one guy routed the line right through the side skirt, which is freaking genius in my opinion, because it's closed off to the bottom of the car and it's a straight shot all the way to the back. So check out the liner. Position the leader line where we want it to, probably zip tie that out of the way, and then feed some line down through the side skirt and it'll come out the back, and then I'll be able to route it up into the trunk. All right, the splash guard is out, and as you can see, this is what I was talking about right here. Straight shot all the way through here, out to the back. Now, we don't have to completely remove the back one because, boom, the access is right there. And I'm going to snake the hose probably that way where my finger's pointing. It's going to probably come out around here, zip tie around there, and then go up to the trunk area. So this should be perfect. All right, check it out, you guys. We have the tank somewhat mounted up. It's not tightened down all the way yet. I probably will do another rib nut, maybe. I don't know, we'll see. But this is where the tank's gonna be. I ordered some clamps to possibly just cut the brackets off and flip the tank over so the drain is down instead. So I might try that out. But now that we have the tank mounted up, we can now figure out where we want the compressor to be. Here's a compressor right here, and I want it to be right behind the tank, so we're gonna see if I have enough room back there. We are back. I finally finished up this whole side here. So we have the line ran, we have the bag in, everything is tightened down. One thing that I did notice, and I saw from a different install video, is this arm right here has to be flipped. So on the other side, I'll show you how it is OEM. So as you can see right here, it bends inwards. Let's see if we can get some good lighting in here. It bends inwards like that. So yeah, unbolt it, flip it around so you can have clearance for the bag. So that's what I did on this side. So there we go. So we have more clearance for the bag right there. Tried to line it up as good as I could. Since this is used, it was kind of like pre-bent in like a weird position. So I don't know if this is like the actual sitting position where the bag's supposed to be, but once it airs up, it should hopefully go into this cup nice and smoothly. That's where we're at. I still have to do that one last side. Then we'll plug in all of the lines and we'll get the first little like startup of it. Holy crap. All right, you guys, I plugged the battery in and then it just started filling up the tank right away. So this is awesome. I don't know if there's any leaks yet. Can't really tell. Not feeling any around there. Not feeling any around there. So far, so good. This tank is rattling a bit just because it's only secured with 2 bolts right there. We are going to switch this up here soon once the clamps come in. But it's almost time to test out and fill up these bags. I'm kind of nervous. This is crazy. This is the first time I've ever done anything like this. And it took a while, but we are basically there. Hopefully there's no leaks. Holy shit, you guys. I about burned the freaking M3 down. So this is the wiring that I had extending from the compressor to the harness of the airlift control. And as you can see, this is not copper. I thought it was. So this was my mistake, and I forgot to add in a fuse. Now we have the proper copper wire in there, nice and thick, didn't get hot at all, and we have a fuse in case that shit ever happens again. So, whew, I got very lucky. There was literally a flame right there, and I was able to blow it out, open up the garage, get all that freaking smelly fire stuff out of here, and yeah, holy shit. But other than that, see, the wheels are on. I just have to button up the rear suspension on that side over there, and then I could put this thing on the ground, calibrate it. I did check for leaks. I found a couple leaks. I had a leak coming from the press fitting off the leader line up here. Hopefully it's all good now. I did re-secure it, spray soapy water on it. Didn't see anything, so hopefully that's good right there. And that was pretty much it, actually. The only other small little leak was right here, coming out of the tank, or compressor into the tank. Yeah, I've been at this for about 10 hours, so I am a little delusional right now. But yeah, I'm gonna button up that side, get the car on the ground, start the calibrating process, and then we'll be able to see this thing fully aired out. I'm freaking stoked, so excited to finally have this done. And yeah, I still got to tighten up this strut brace too. I forgot about that, but yep, slowly but surely. I'm surprised I got this all done in 1 day, or technically 2 days, but yeah. Crazy, you guys. My first time ever doing something like this too. All right, y'all, it is now day 3 of this bag install, and everything is pretty much finalized, finished up. The only thing I have to do now is kind of mess with the rear. So I've been talking to a couple other guys on M3s who are bagged, and they say they run about 130 psi in the rear to get it to sit at like a good ride height, which is pretty insane to me. So what I'm going to try to do temporarily right now, when I bought this used kit, it came with these little extra things right here. These go on top of the whole bag assembly, like into the body chassis of the car. My car already had them. These are like extra ones, so I might double stack them to try to achieve a little bit of a higher height when I'm airing up. Hopefully it still sits the same when it's bagged out. Sorry for the loud noise. The heater just turned back on. But yeah, so I'm gonna try to do that, double up on those, get a little extra height, so then I won't have to use so much PSI to get the car as high. And I'm also going to extend the struts because I think that might be limiting the height as well. We'll see, but the front is pretty good. I just have to finalize, tighten up that strut bar. I think I said that a couple of times, but yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. I went out and bought more fuses for the compressor because these things always like to pop fuses, so I bought a bunch to keep on handy. Yeah, so I'm gonna get started, get this tank filled back up with air, and get the car raised up so I can put on the jack stands and get this stuff all done up. All right, you guys, we finally got it all done. This is my like low ride setting. If I click on this right here, this should be like somewhat of my ride height. The front still has to go up a little bit more. There it is, it's going up a little bit more. So that'll be like my driving height right there. And then yeah, the top button I have for obviously higher. I'm not gonna do that right now because the compressor was just running, so I don't want it to burn out the fuse. But if we air it all the way out, holy crap, this looks freaking sick. So yeah, I ended up, I can't remember if I said it in the video or not, but I stacked those two things and it's perfect. Like, I don't have to use so much air in the back to get it to where I want to be at ride height, and it still airs out all the way just like it did before without having those things stacked. So that was perfect. I also extended the strut an extra inch, and that was perfect as well. So yeah, this thing is sitting very, very freaking nice now. So there we go. It took me 3 days to do this. Unfortunately, I can't pull it outside because, as you can see, it's all white because it's snow everywhere out there. So not gonna pull it outside. But yeah, this is the final results. I'm freaking stoked. I won't be able to drive this for a while because of all the snow and everything. But man, this is freaking sick. Hopefully this video helped you guys out. I know I probably didn't do the best at trying to like show you guys everything what to do, But yeah, I was really trying to get this done. 3 days. I've been taking up the garage for 3 days. My roommates have been parking outside, so I feel kind of bad. But yeah, now it's time to clean up this whole freaking garage, all this mess, and get my car on my side so we can have this garage back in use again. But if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. See you guys in the next one. Peace.